Good morning, Jeffy. Terry Newman, shoot me your address. I'm sorry, Aviator. I don't know how to adjust it. I apologize. Let me try again. Thank you, Dean. We're going to get some monks chanting this morning. I was looking for Gregorian chanters. Yay! Let's have fun this morning. Let's have fun. Isn't chant neat once in a while? feel like I'd like to be in a monastery, but I don't know if I can last like more than a month. Be kind of worth trying though. You might find out you really like it. I don't know that it could be that lonely though.
Drinking this before bed
1
can
second
lower blood
here,
pressure
okay?
by 26 points.
Give me 1
If
second.
you're over 50 and struggling with high blood pressure, then you need to...
I'm fixing the background music. Greenie, I like, well, I think they can still have fun there. That's probably our idea that they're not having fun. But by the same token, I just feel like I'd rather be out and amongst people a lot. Listen to that music. It's a little different than chant. That's going to be our background music today. Aerobics class. That's funny, badge. Okay, you guys ready? You guys ready? What the heck? I'm just watching. Do you guys want me to put less beat? You want me to calm it down a little bit? Huh? You guys want me to calm it down a little bit? I know you couldn't read it. So I have a tongue firmly planted in this cheek. It's all the way over in this cheek, and it's looking right at you guys with a completely straight face. But there's a method. Pops usually does stuff for a reason. To whom it may concern. This is called a letter of good standing. Cost me $40. Shh. I didn't do anything. I paid him $40 to get this. Now listen. Letter of good standing. To whom it may concern. What happened to our music? Oh. Okay, give me one more moment. There we go. Cost me $40 to be official. Letter of good standing to whom it may concern. This letter is to certify that Reverend Pop Shrooms was ordained as a Dudeist priest on August 4th. Oh, I've had this for almost a month, kids. And continues to be a member in good standing of the Holy Order of Ministers of the Church of the Latter-day Dude. Thank you, Dave. As a minister, preacher, and official representative of our worldwide faith, we ask that you recognize the Reverend's authority to preside over any religious, sacred, or ceremonial ritual, including marriage, funeral services, religious counselings, christenings, and blessings or consecration ceremonies / fire pit. Should you have any questions or requests, please contact us via the main church support center, and they give all the information or contact them. And the Doodly Lama of Dudeism signed it. Pops, what are you talking about? What? In the Dudeism? I can renew vows, Savage. In the states and counties that recognize it, and believe it or not, the goofiness of the whole story is that certificate, true story, for $40. True story, you literally get a certificate, and 47 of the states recognize it. Nevada doesn't. Guess why? I think Nevada wants to keep all the money that they make off those silly weddings they do, Elvis. What is Dudeism? I hate religions. I used to be in religion. I was a religist. Religion taught me how to be a judge. I was the best, one of the best. My ex-wife is currently the best judge I know. My ex-wife that I told you guys about, we were married for 20 years. She's currently the best judge I know. She's very good at it. She knows all the rules. She follows them religiously. I'll tell you guys one quick secret. Remember I told you guys, Pops is 64. She's living with Mama, Carlotta. She is. I'll tell you guys a secret if you give me 10 more likes. If I can get up to 44 likes on here, I'm going to tell you guys a secret. And this is a secret about how crazy religions can be. And I guess I'm sitting here on a soapbox this morning telling people, don't be religious. Yes, Aviator Dave, please. I'm at 41. Give me 3 more likes, and I'm going to tell you guys a secret. A crazy religious secret. Give me 2. There we are. We're at 45. Here's a crazy religious secret. 14 years ago, it was almost 15, I asked my ex-wife for a divorce. Unhappy marriage, blah, blah, blah. 49. 50 years old, I get the divorce. Do the quick math here. That's telling you 14 years ago. My ex-wife, lovely human being on the planet Earth. So this isn't anything, I hope if she watches this, it'd be fine. 14 years. She is in such a religious sect, a group that strongly believes these rules that they've made up for each other, these agreements. And one of those is all the ladies in the group, they've once you get married, you're married for life. So as long as I'm alive, my ex-wife can't remarry. She can't even go out on dates. She's still married. Now you talk about a leash. Yeah, I'm serious, Joy. Dead serious. Gotta go home live with Mom. And I can't get married again unless it's to the same guy. He'll have me back. Or I have to wait till the old geezer kicks it. It boggles my mind. Now they call us a weird cult, right? That boggles my mind, but there's groups that have their special rules. And I'm not making fun of it. I promise. I'm not even going to take it personal. It's not my problem. But boy, does religion mess you up. So then, well, Pops, then why would you go be a Dudeist priest? Because I found this. Just not that long ago. I didn't even know there was such a thing. I didn't even think The Big Lebowski was the greatest movie. It was a fun movie, but it wasn't the greatest movie. So it's not like I'm some big Lebowski freak. But I found this. And I started reading it, and I go, this is exactly what the world needs more of. We should be able to buy a certificate for $40 and marry and bury each other. And not have to go through a bunch of BS rigmarole, wearing certain robes in certain spots and being Listen, I'm going to read. Give me 10 people that want to know a little bit. Just what the heck are you talking about, Pops? This is fascinating because what it really does is with humor and intelligence, we can make a new agreement. I hear you, Vegas. Listen to this. I'm going to just read from their website. I was reviewing it again this morning. And I'm not trying to be Joe Preacher. I'm an anti-preacher, but I'm preaching to be an anti-preacher. So how's that work? Is Dudeism a real religion? Although Dudeism makes use of a lot of humor and satire, I think the coolest part about it is who thought of this? The guy that put this together originally and started marketing, this guy's getting rich off of doing some really neat stuff. He's straightening out a lot of brains. And he's making some money at it. And he's not hurting one soul on the planet if you watch what he's doing. Like, good for you, dude. We are totally serious in our belief that is, this is the religion for our time and place. Or we're as serious as anyone can be about a belief. Dudeism is that everything is just like your opinion, man. And so everything has to be up for debate. Unlike other religions, we're open to suggestions. In this way, Dudeism could be considered an open source religion. We invite other people to tell us what they think is dude or undude. I'm going to read a little bit more. Are ordained priests, a dude priest, allowed to marry or preside over wedding ceremonies? In the United States, yes. $40. The U.S. was founded with the idea that religion and government should be strictly separated, and the government should make no laws infringing on religious freedom. Boy, do we mix that one up a lot. Dudes seem to kind of have it. Therefore, it's generally not up to the government to say what is or is not a religion. And if that religion can decide who is an ordained minister in that religion. As such, most states allow ordained Dudeist priests the authority to preside over wedding ceremonies. Not that you ever would, but it just tells you how, come on, system. Is there a God in Dudeism? Like Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism, Dudeism is a non-theistic religion. That isn't to say Dudists don't necessarily believe in God or a godlike power in the universe. Only that passing judgment on this issue is not one of the Dudeism's goal. I love that. Like the Eastern religions mentioned, Dudeism is interested in the here and now, not the there and then. The Dudeist objective is to make our lives more pleasant and meaningful to ourselves and each other. Popism. We can start a popism. And I'm going to read one final thing. Oh, can women be Dudeist? Heck yeah. Of course, we feel that dude is a gender-neutral word. Just as it's no longer acceptable to call female actors actresses, we don't recognize the epithet dudette. Dude is a philosophy and has nothing to do with males or females. Dude. And now here's one final thing. This is just a set. I love this because it puts my brain right in terms of what silly agreements I've made, how I've been programmed in my past. Do you get what give me 5 people that get where I'm going. I have completely new agreements with myself. I've got certificates hanging on the lab wall now that show I have completely new agreements with myself. Do you get it? Like, Pops, what are you talking about? Don't try to make us do. I don't care if any of you guys do this. Get it? The original intent was not to mock religion, but to provide a religion for people who like some of the aspects of religion, but didn't really like any of the stuff that was available. It was also designed to be a group exercise. Group exercise. It was designed to be a group exercise. Listen. It has to be. You're the dude. Whiskey's picking up what I'm putting down. It was designed to be a group exercise in trying to figure out what the pragmatic and rational aspects of religion were. The fact that we parody a lot of established religions isn't so much to make fun of them, but to draw light to how arbitrary and illogical many dogmas are. Perhaps we're pulling the rug out from under the sacred cows from time to time, but not before snagging some of their milk for our beverages. Anyways, no harm intended. Mostly we're sympathizing here. Religion is a complicated case. A lot of ins and outs and what have yous. It's all very tongue-in-cheek. But that doesn't mean it's not true. Isn't humor and silliness and lateral thinking the best way to find out what's true? Man, when I read that, I was like, Pops does this is popism. Humor. Logical thinking. And not thinking linear. And isn't furious, it says right here, and isn't furious linear idealism the worst way? It's arguable, given the attitudes of some of the world's greatest thinkers and the world's biggest douchebags, that the more serious someone is, the less he or she understands. The more serious someone is, the less he or she understands. Ex-wife, that's too serious, man. Holding on to 14 years and still counting? That's not a lot of humor in that deal. We all can get very high and mighty about the truth, and so we should appreciate when people take us down a peg. When compared with the most popular parody religion, which is the Pastafarians, one can see that Dudeism is substantially different. They are totally meta in that they are mocking an institution from within an institution. And we might do that as well from time to time. But we also say that we are husbanding aspects of religion, not for impulse, but for value. As you can gather, there are many ways to look at it. Even its founders find it hard to pin down what Dudeism is exactly. Maybe that's a good sign. And here's the final thought on Dudeism today. There's a key word in Dudeism. It's called abide. They use the word abide constantly. Abide means to dwell peacefully. When you're acting impeccably, you're not taking things personally. And you're not, I'm sorry, what's our other agreement? We are, don't take things personally. We're acting impeccably. Oh. And we're not making assumptions, excuse me. That's just 3 of the agreements. We'll have a 4th one. That, when you're there, you're abiding. I'm like, for $40, I want that certificate on my wall. And I want to be part of the joke. So give me 10 people that say Pops is part of the joke. Pops, you know you're part of the joke. I'm with you, JC. I'm part of the joke. Give me 10 people, and then we're going to do a first giveaway. Which is fun. We have fun here, and then we teach, and we learn, and we stop thinking linearly, and we abide. Pops is right in the middle of this joke, Higgs. I'm so dead in the middle. Oh, you're right. I am literally in the middle of the joke. And if you'll notice, I don't usually in jokes, I don't make fun of you. The joke's never on you. It's always on Pops. Okay? I like that what Haig said. Pops is right in the middle of the joke. Yeah. Jokesters. The joke's on Pops. Here we go. Where am I? Snuffleupagus is going to become part of the joke. You already are, bro. You already are. Okay. I'm going to ask you guys, I'm going to give you guys a clue about where I am. And the first person to answer, no, I take it back. I have to do a Never Winner Before a spinoff. Never mind. Never Winner Before is first. I told myself I was going to do a Never Winner Before first giveaway of each day. Okay? You know what? I like that idea, the psychedelic church. We should find an abandoned one somewhere in Detroit and get things started. Okay. Never Winner Befores. Never. Hey, if you've never won here before, you're going to go ahead and pick a color. Orange, blue, yellow, red, purple, or green. You're going to pick one of those, you sub-geniuses. Matt Leonard's a never winner. So start screaming out those colors, kids. And in about 1 minute, I'm going to spin. So get your colors in. If you didn't get your colors in, try again tomorrow. We got purples and greens and blues. And we have a purple and a green. You can only guess once. Only one color. A green. We got a bunch of greens. We got a ton of greens. So everybody's going green. We have a yellow finally. We have a red and a green, a yellow. Boy, if green comes up, we're going to get a lot of respins, but that's okay. Yellows and purple, people leaders and purple all day. Okay, here we go. Trippy Vic, have a beautiful day. Pops is spinning. Sherry Buckman, I'm glad you got in. Rizion's got a red. Okay, I'm getting ready to kill it. Carlotta Melton, you're not white, you're black right now. Okay, no, I'm kidding. Orange for Astro. Okay, come on now. Get our colors in. I'm killing it now. Here we go. Yellows. Of course it's yellow. So all the yellows are going to guess again. All the yellows. If you guessed anything besides yellow, please don't guess again. Yellow. How many yellows? How many yellows did we get? Come on now, let's get this going. Yellows, guess again. Yellows, guess again. Guess a color, yellows. Guess a color, yellows. Okay, we got carry-ons one. Maybe that's the only one. Maybe carry-on's already won. Did anybody else guess a yellow? Did anybody guess a yellow? Carry-on's going orange on his second guess. Who else guessed a yellow? Carry-on might be the winner if somebody else doesn't step up and say they guessed yellow. Okay, Avatar, would you please give us another color? Avatar, give us another color, and next time it's going to be numbers. So Avatar and Carry-on. That's it. Yeah, Avatar and Carry-on. That's the only two I've seen. Maybe Snuffleupagus says they did, but we'll see. Okay. So somebody else jumped in with another one. Here we go. Blue. Nobody guessed blue. All of the yellows guess a number, 1, 2, or a 3. All of the yellows guess a 1, 2, or a 3. Anybody that guessed yellow last time, before this spin, gets a 1, 2, or a 3. Snuffleupagus, I have a 3. Carry-on, I have a 2. And what else? We had one more person in here. We're going to give them a 1. We're going to give them the 1. Okay? The one other person, who was that? Carry-on, Snuffleupagus, and Avatar. Avatar, I'm giving you the 1, so there isn't 2 3s. Here we go. The first 3 won. I'm sorry about that, Avatar. For purposes of moving the game forward, I had to give you the 1. So, the first 3 on there, that was Snuffleupagus. So Snuffleupagus, you won. Snuffleupagus won. You'll get another chance there on, I'm sorry about that, Avatar, but you'll get another chance. Snuffleupagus, what did you win? You're winning all kinds of stuff, Snuffy. Okay? Avatar got snuffed. Don't put it that way. He got assigned a number. That's what happened. And Pops assigned him the wrong number. 2.5 grams of Ghost. Oh no, you haven't seen Ghost in a while. 2.5 grams of Ghost. And then we had a batch that we had to test. Here's the remainder part of what we use to grind and test. Yes, it's very, very potent. This is going in your box too, Snuffleupagus. Boop. These are hillbilly. We're putting hillbillies. And we're putting, you're welcome, Greenie. And we're putting ghosts. Okay, so look at that. Quite close to 5 grams here. It's well over 1/8 of an ounce. Wow. Snuffleupagus, you snuffed right in there. Snuffleupagus, in order to get this from me, I'm going to need you to send me your address to fungi2u.com. So get that to me. Snuffleupagus. We have 2 boxes sitting here. One from yesterday and one from last Friday that I still haven't received these people's addresses. The one from yesterday, I can wait a little bit longer. The one from Friday, I'm not thinking I should have to keep waiting. What do you guys think? If somebody wants something Friday, should Pops already have the address by now? Or should he just have to have these boxes sitting around mixing everything up, worrying, messing up to the rest of his system? So whoever won Friday, if you haven't sent in your address, I'm going to put you on notice. I'd really like to get your address so I don't have to return your box to inventory. Okay? So let's see about that. All right? I'm kind of calling you out, but I'm not saying who it is out loud. Okay? Be impeccable. If you win something, send me your address. Or send me an address and say you don't want it. And send me a note and say you don't want it, so I don't have boxes piling up from here to the ceiling around here. Okay, that was I'm done lecturing. After today's episode, we are going to do just a little bit of work in the lab. I have a couple of things that I want to do in the lab. And if you guys remember, well, it was just yesterday. We mixed up those LC medias. One of them cracked, but okay, so we still have 3 jars. I'm going to inoculate those. We'll do it live on YouTube at about 10:30 today. About 10:30. I'm going to be there for about 10 minutes or so, but we'll do it at about 10:30, okay? And remember, we're going to go a little bit long. It's not long anymore. Our show goes to 10:10 from now on. So those of you that have been only used to doing an hour, ramp up your time. We got to spend 10:10 together. It's official for at least the rest of summer. I need an extra 10 minutes out of you guys if you're going to listen to me talk about Dudeism when it has nothing to do with anything mycology or, well, you know what it does? It actually does. Because guess what mushrooms do? What do mushrooms do? Use one word. It's the coolest thing ever. What do mushrooms do? Chris got it. They abide. You got it, bro. Chris and Ellen, they abide. They're sitting in that tub just abiding. Just like, you know what, man, this is our environment. This is what my new creator's given me to work with. And I get to be my best me in here. They ain't fighting with any of the other mushrooms either. No wars going on in there. Maybe a little war against contamination, but that, we're involved in that. So we're just going to talk about liquid culture for a moment, and we'll spend a lot more time on it tomorrow. Okay? We'll spend a lot more time on liquid culture, which is what we've been talking about for the last couple of days. Liquid culture. I have a syringe right over here. I should grab it. We're in the Radical Mycology book. I'm going to be here for about 5 minutes. We're going to do a giveaway. I'm going to read a little bit more in our book about not making assumptions, and then we'll get the heck out of here. Liquid culture. Considering the benefits of liquid-based fungal cultivation, as detailed in chapters 3 and 7, home cultivators, that's you and me, have long attempted to scale industrial submerged fermentation techniques down to a kitchen level protocol. So we're trying to recreate in our kitchen what they're doing on large industrial scale fermentation technologies. And we're sitting here in our little kitchen trying to recreate it. It's pretty fascinating if you think about it. We do it successfully. Yes, Bubba, they're bioreactors. Despite many attempts, it wasn't until the founder of the web forum, Mycotopia, developed the airport lid in 2005. That's that lid that's got an injection port in it. That many of the benefits of cultivation technique became readily accessible. It is my opinion, the author, that this simple lid design is one of the greatest advancements in home mycology of the last 2 decades. It's pretty cool. With this simple tool, the benefits of cultivating fungi are immediately released from the costs and complexity of agar work. These little blobs of silicone and their twinned air filters are the keys to making high-yield mushroom cultivation accessible for people of all backgrounds and budgets around the world. Uncle Ben's Tech. Consider the following benefits that a liquid-based culture offers. Liquid culture is cheap. No agar is needed. Simple ingredients are used. I posted it yesterday, the 5 or 6 different recipes for for liquid culture media. The 2 simplest in the whole world. Caro syrup, and distilled water. And you've got your liquid culture media. Honey. You don't need the Peptone. That's all I used to use until I got this guy's premix. You talk about cheap, a bottle of distilled water and a little blob of honey. And you're in the liquid culture game. And Silly Gal's right. It's also 3-dimensional, so it's going to cultivate a third faster than your plates. Liquid culture is cheap. The jars, lids, and syringes used in the process are all reusable. Yes, you can resanitize your syringes, sterilize them. Liquid culture broths can be sterilized in a hot water bath, avoiding the need for a pressure cooker. When we take our jars and we're doing our media, we could have done that just in a boiling water of bath. We didn't even need to put it in the pressure cooker for the 10 minutes we did. Badge is going, but it looked so hard yesterday, Pops. Right? Yeah, it looks so difficult. Liquid culture is time efficient. I'm on page 241, Whiskey. Page 241. I'm sorry, I should have said. Liquid culture is time efficient. There's no need to cook and cool agar for hours. And there is none of the stress and mess of pouring plates. Once a healthy mother jar of LC is established, it can serve as inoculum for many months, essentially eliminating the constant need for starting mycelial lineages with agar plates. Liquid culture increases myceliation, the growth of the myceliation rates. Mycelium in a liquid suspension can grow 3-dimensionally, increasing growth rates when compared to the 2-dimensional surface of an agar plate. When LC is aerated, stirred, the mycelial network breaks into a constellation of fragments, each with its own array of active hyphal tips. This is significant compared to an agar plate, where the mycelium is only active at the edge of a single colony. Liquid culture inoculum is almost entirely comprised of leading edge mycelium, especially when you're breaking it. Liquid culture inoculation rates are high. Liquid culture is sprayed onto substrates with a syringe into the jar. Onto the substrates, our grain. As the medium percolates through the substrate, the individual mycelial clusters distribute through the material to explode with growth at each point of contact. If I put an agar plate in, it's just touching those few grains that the plate's touching, or the piece of plate. If I'm shooting liquid in, the liquid cascades through quite a few grains, and every single grain that it's been touched, it's leaving mycelium behind. It's going to start eating that grain. The result is a more even distribution of inoculum than that achieved by a piece or two of myceliated agar. And here's the final thing. Mr. I don't have a flow hood, so I can't be a mycologist. Mrs. I don't have a still air box, so I'm quitting. Liquid culture work can be done anywhere. Matter of fact, Pops did it right here in front of you guys last week. I'll have to pull out those Uncle Ben's bags and look at them soon. I did it right here on YouTube in front of you. Using a syringe and an airport lid, one can transfer mycelium to grain jars outside of an aseptic transfer space. Still air box or an airflow. I could sit right here in front of you with my syringe of liquid culture and inoculate my grain. Double dog dare me. Actually, matter of fact, we'll set it up for tomorrow. We're going to do it tomorrow right in front of you. We'll inoculate a few jars and show you exactly what I do. Boop, right here in front of you, and then we'll track those jars. This reduces whole mushrooms can be cloned in open air using this method. This reduces the need for constantly preparing and maintaining a dedicated transfer space. This is perhaps the greatest benefit of this method over the many annoyances and costs associated with agar work. The ability to grow grain spawn in the absence of clean transfer space using liquid culture quickly translates to any home mycologist becoming a mushroom farmer. With this challenging step overcome, time and energy increases in supply, allowing for creativity to spur new applications for cultivation beyond what you normally would do. Liquid culture allows us to think, to work and think and grow outside of the glove box. How will you work with its many benefits? We'll pick up some more on that tomorrow. More about liquid culture. And we're going to do it right in front of you. Boop. We'll inoculate some jars right here in front of you. I'll show you a quick, fast, relatively clean procedure. We're not going to get any kind of contamination in our jars. Okay? And then you guys are going to go, wow, I don't need a flow hood. I just need to be clean. And I need to be fast and smooth with my moves. And what you want to do, you know what athletes do? Olympic athletes, right before they're going to do an event, especially like a diver or something like that, what do? They mentally go through it before they do it. Like, this will be my first move. This will be my second move. This will be what I do next. And you mentally go through it first, practice it, and then do it. Okay? So we'll do that tomorrow. I'm excited. Instead of later today at 10:30, I still have some work to do, but I'll televise this stuff tomorrow right here on the show. So where am I? I'm going to do a where am I? I'm going to do a where am I? Where am I? My busiest year was 1907. Where am I? Wherever I am, I'm busy in 1907. No, Penny Pack, we didn't yet. We ordered one. It's going to be about a month to get here. And it wasn't really for mine. It was for a friend of mine. Love you too, Trash Panda. Where am I? Busiest year, a Ford factory, 1907. Bubblegum Kello, kill it. Kill it. Bubblegum Kello just killed the game. Bubblegum Kello. You guys can thank Kelly, Fire Pit Kelly, for killing the game. He's absolutely right. It's Ellis Island. Ellis Island. You guys know where Ellis Island is, right? Bubblegum Kello does. I was called the Island of Tears. 40% of the U.S. has an ancestor who visited me. 40% of us went through Ellis Island. Visitors to me were asked 29 questions. I am mostly in New Jersey. My busiest year was 1907. This is the clue I should have asked first. My first visitor was a 17-year-old Irish girl. I didn't know that. The Irish girl might have given it away, though, to Kelly. Kello! You're a big winner, bro. 2.5 grams of ghost. 2.5 grams of ghosty ghost. And then you're also getting a test pack. This one. This is a test pack. It tested out like that, Kello. So you're gonna love it. Got about 5 grams of good stuff going on in here. Let's get that out to Mr. Bubblegum Kello. Hey, Kel, send me your address, would you please? I need your address. As you guys know, Pops is like, how come you always ask me for your address? I sent you my address last week. I don't keep anybody's address on file. The minute I make a tracking, here, by the way, we print our tracking here. The minute I do that, I erase all that information. I don't want it anywhere that randomly can be found. It's no one's business but that one particular that one moment, and that's it. So we get rid of all of your information. Sometimes you ask for tracking, and guess what? I've already gotten rid of it. Okay, but if I have sent you tracking, the package is in the mail, because if I write a label, I stick it on the boxes here, and then I take it to the mailbox, usually that same day, always by the following day. So within 24 hours if you've received tracking, it's in the mail. If you haven't received tracking, that's when you should say, oh, Pops, it's been like 48 hours, I didn't receive tracking. I might have, something may have slipped through the cracks, okay? Nope, there's no memory chip in the printer, Dave. So then here's what happens, and it's a very unfortunate situation. At our mail, at the post office here, Pops is like a regular, an absolute regular. I'm in there 5 days a week. What happens is they take me for granted. Whenever I take in all these prepaid packages, I could show you guys a stack of them over there, okay? When I take in these prepaid, already paid for packages, the mail people take these packages and they just stick them in their cart and roll it back and put it in the truck and send it. 9 out of 10 times. If I had gone there, stood in line, and they made the label, they'll automatically scan it then. So we guarantee that'll, but if I've prepaid and dropped off packages, they skip that spot. No, that's that step more often than not. And it's a real shame, because you're sitting there waiting for something to come that you have a tracking on, and I've sent it, but it looks like it's just been printed and sitting around. So if you've received tracking, you will receive a package within about 5 days. Okay, and if you don't, then it's probably coming back to me, etc., etc. But if you've received tracking, it's time to put your patient's hat on. Okay? Sound good? Let's do one more little bit of talk here. So basically what I'm saying is don't make assumptions. Don't make assumptions. And you know what? I wrote to somebody yesterday. Somebody was a little bit, frustrated with their whatever. And I wrote back, but politely, because I really always want to be polite. I said, you do realize that this is a risky game. And I'm taking 90% of the risk. So I would like you to be a little more patient. And if you can't, I totally understand if you find another source. That's it. If my ability to get something out there and et cetera, isn't good enough, I totally get it. I'm not for everybody. There's plenty of sources, and I get it. Let's treat each other well. Okay? Well, they are. Everybody would be overexcited. Sandy, here's why. I was explaining to Professor X. I was going, this is an anxious game. We're dealing with clients and friends that we're taking and involved with mushrooms for a reason. So we're healing. So yes, there's going to be some anxiety. There's going to be some depression. There's going to be some overzealousness. There's going to be all kinds of emotions run rampant, of course. And if you don't understand that as a provider, then you're not in the right game. Okay? You always, at the end of the day, look back at your day and say, did I do my best? Did I deliver everything I promised I would deliver today? That's impeccable. And then don't make any assumptions. I can't make any assumptions about the person that's having anxiety issues about what I haven't given them yet. Am I right? Okay. Let's talk about assumptions a little bit more. We're on page 67. Page 66. This is kind of going to the married people. If you're not married, you've definitely have been in or, long-term relationships. Intimate, connected relationships. And it's funny, in those relationships, when I look back, without some of the teaching that I now have, in my new practicing, man, do I make a lot of assumptions. Man, was I involved in it. There was something, you're always feeling attacked, or you're always feeling the need to be defensive. You're always feeling just so many assumptions. Another example is you decide to get married, and you make the assumption that your partner sees marriage the same way you do. Then you live together and you find out that it's not true. This creates a lot of conflict, but you still don't try to clarify your feelings about marriage. The husband comes home from work and the wife is mad and the husband doesn't know why. Maybe it's because the wife made an assumption. Without telling him what she wants, she makes an assumption that he knows her so well that he should know what she wants, as if he can read her mind. That's true, right, Matt? She gets so upset because he fails to meet her expectations. Making assumptions in relationships leads to a lot of fights, a lot of difficulties, a lot of misunderstandings with people we supposedly love. In any kind of relationship, we can make the assumption that others know what we are thinking, and we don't have to say what we want. They're going to do what we want because they know us so well. If they don't do what we want, what we assume they should do, then we feel hurt. And we think, how could they do that? They should know. Again, we make the assumption that the other person knows what we want. The whole drama is created because we make this assumption and then put more assumptions on top of those assumptions. It's very interesting to see how the human mind works. We have the need to justify everything, to explain and understand everything. Why do you think we're going to Mars? That's the human mind. We're trying to figure everything out. We're dropping stuff on the moon. We're trying so hard to figure everything out. We're racing China to the moon. We're going to turn the moon into a war zone. Trying to figure everything out. That's the human mind. And kind of like Dudeism figured one thing out. Just abide. All those other religions are trying to figure something out and put a bunch of rules on you and make you agree to a bunch of stuff. And you didn't even know. You were cultured into it. You're a little Mormon baby. You're a little Christian baby. You're a little Muslim baby. You're a little Jewish baby. 9 out of 10 of them stay in the circle they were born in their whole life. They never get out of the circle. That's the circle I'm born in. I know someone 14 years ago stays in the same circle today. That's the circle I'm in. We have the need to justify everything, to explain and understand everything in order to feel safe. That's what that stuff is trying to make her. She's trying to feel safe. Can you imagine? 14 years. I'm safe. You're safe in a cage. You're safe in a cage. In a circle. We have millions of questions that need answers because there are so many things that the reasoning mind can't explain. It's not important if the answer is correct, just if it makes you feel safe. Did you hear that? It's not even important if it's correct, as long as you feel safe. Yep, that's what I thought. Now I'm safe. I'm right. I'm justified. My cage is comfortable. My cage is comfortable. I don't want out of it. This is why we make assumptions. If others tell us something, we make assumptions. And if they don't tell us something, we make assumptions. That's right, Ginge. We're just so scared we'll stay in the cage. Not us, though. Not this group of weirdos. This group of weirdos doesn't have to stay in any darn cages. Because we know what we're... Once we realize it, once we have an awareness, if others tell us something, we make assumptions. If they don't tell us something, we make assumptions to fulfill our need to know and replace that lack of communication. Not us. Even if we hear something we don't understand, we make assumptions about what it means, and then we believe it. Well, that little speck on Mars must mean that, and nope, that's it, that's the rule now, that's it, yep, we believe it. We make all sorts of assumptions because we don't have the courage to ask questions. If you ask questions, that's getting you outside of your cage. There's a little fear involved there, isn't there? Oh, what are they? They're going to answer it. They might answer. These assumptions are made so fast and unconsciously most of the time because we have agreements to communicate this way. We're programmed that. That's how we do it. That's how my mom and dad taught me, my priest, my professors in college, my drill instructors. Everybody I've ever dealt with told me that's how I'm supposed to do it. Until I decided at 60, I'm not doing it that way anymore. I don't like that. I want to grow up, grow out, grow in, and not be linear. We have agreed that it's not safe to ask questions. You know who's the people that ask a lot of questions? Weirdos. Have you ever noticed that? That guy asks a lot of questions. What a weirdo. We have agreed that if people love us, they should know how we feel. You should just know. If you really loved me, if you really loved me, you'd already know. How many times have you told somebody that? How many times have you thought it? If Brock really loved me, he'd know that I don't like the toilet seat up.
It's down, Dad.
It is? Okay, okay.
No, I got it down.
Thank you, kid.
Love you.
Love you. We have an agreement. We communicated about this a long time ago. I like the toilet seat down. None of this stuff's super serious, dude. We have agreed. When we believe something, we assume we are right to the point that we will destroy relationships in order to defend our position. I'm going to kick him out. I'm going to kick him out next time I see the toilet seat up. Silly, it is a soft close seat, by the way. Tad on here, Tad installed it for us. A soft close. You just go by, go boop, and it slowly closes. It's perfect. We don't even slam the toilet seat closed. We make assumptions that everyone sees life the way we do. Toilet seat guy. We assume that others think the way we think and feel the way we feel and judge the way we judge and abuse the way we abuse. Yeah, pennies, my hubby has to close the entire thing. See, at least you guys have an agreement. It's working for you. You guys communicated that one. Nobody assumed what was going to make Penny happy. I'm sure you communicated that very thoroughly to your hubby. We make assumptions that everyone sees life the way we do. We assume everybody feels and judges and even abuses the way we do. It's the biggest assumption that humans make. And this is why we have fear of being ourselves around others. Because we think everyone will judge us and criticize us and abuse us and blame us for being ourselves. So even before others have a chance to reject us, we've already rejected ourselves. That's the way the human mind works. I'm going to go back one sentence. I'm going to do our giveaway because we're almost at 10:10. Why mush fests feel so good. I've been to a lot of parties in my life. I have. I've thrown a few. Even a couple on a yacht. Oh yeah, Pops threw a yacht party. Oh yeah, everybody wearing white. Bikini girls everywhere. Champagne glasses to the hilt. $1 million parties. There's nothing like a mush fest. I've been to church parties. I've been to wedding receptions. I've been to some of the neatest parties in the whole world. And I'm talking dead serious right now. It's one of the reasons it's so easy to open up the house and say, let's do another mush fest, or get in the car and go 8 hours to the next one. I couldn't miss it for the world. I really couldn't now because of this line right here. This one line right here. This is why we have a fear of being ourselves around others. I am not afraid to be Pops around you guys. You guys aren't afraid to show yourselves to me. Many, many, many of you have. I've seen some deep inside of you guys. Not being afraid to show it. You're not going to get criticized or judged or loved less. And that's the community. That's the... it's absolutely unbelievable to find a group like that. Even the bowling group that I wasn't in a bowling group. But could you imagine even a bowling group, some of them are like, yeah, do you see that guy? A lousy bowler. Oh my God, the guy. It's not performance-based. Nothing we do is performance-based. Because we think everyone will judge us and victimize us and abuse us and blame us as we do ourselves. So even before others have a chance to reject us, we rejected ourselves. It's nice to jump into a bath of the exact opposite. Two churches like a bowling group, that's funny. So we're good for today. I've been preaching up a show today, dudes. Dude girls and dudes. I love my life. And I'll see you guys at October Mush Fest too. Okay? Let's do a final giveaway. A final giveaway. We're going to do a top 10. Top 10. Top 10. Longest rivers. That's beautiful of you, Astro. Top 10, you too, Dakota. Top 10 longest rivers in the world. Go. Longest rivers in the world, Gingy and Naya. The Ganges, H-Town says, and the Nile. Nile is number 1. I didn't pick it. Amazon and the Mississippi, and Kim, it's a great show. And Amazon and Mississippi and the Thames, and the Mississippi and the Amazon, the Amazon. I did not pick Amazon. Ohio and the Obi and the Amazon. And the Gunga and the Mississippi and the Ganges and the Mekong. I almost picked Mekong. It's on the list. I didn't, though. Nile, Mississippi, Nile. Naya. Yes, let's go carpooling. Mississippi, 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 Nile. Mississippi, Wangdo, Yangtze, Ohio, Tianzi. So I'm going to give you guys a clue. It's in Africa. Mississippi, nope. OB, Nile, Yangtze, it's in Africa. Mississippi, Yellow River. That's it. That's it. Kerry, we're going to call it the Congo. It's also called the Zaire. Kerry got it. I think even before the clue. Kerry, long time no win for you, doll. Congratulations. Kerry's a big winner today. Kerry, 2.5 grams of ghosty ghosts. Oh, I should read the list to you. Let me read the list. I apologize. Just so you know. The number 1 is Nile. Number 2, Amazon. Number 3, Yangtze. Number 4, Mississippi. Number 5, the Yenisei in Mongolia. Number 6 is the Yellow River. Number 7 is the OB, like you guys are saying. Number 8, that's Kerry, Zaire, and Congo. Number 9 is the Lena, and number 10 is the Mekong. Kerry, congratulations, you ghost winner, and you have a test subject too. Sent you a test subject. Okay, Miss Kerry, get your information to me, and we'll get that out to you. Boy, did we go long today, but I don't mind. Do you guys? You're welcome, Kerry. Do you guys, that's sweet of you. Do you guys mind we went a little bit long today? We went from 10:10 to 10:15. Jeez. It's almost like I have a lot to say over here. Guys, go have a beautiful day. Abide. And understand, I'm not going to be Mr. Dude Priest on you guys all the time. I wanted to talk about that today. Just really, there's a lot of perception in there. There's a lot of agreements about religions. There's a lot of crazy stuff. And in the end of the day, it's how you treat yourself. And knowing however you treat yourself, you're planting seeds. That's exactly how you'll treat everybody else. So, abide. Pops, peace. If anybody wants to get married, you let me know. No, I'm kidding. You guys go have a good day. How about funerals, Pops? No, I don't want to do a funeral. No. How about first communion? No, totally different religion. Okay? You guys have a great day. Pops, peace. Have a great day. I'm going to scroll you guys out. Exception. And Caitlin, it's so fun, man. Dakota, have a great one. MVP. There you are. Sandy, there you are. We're going to talk about carpooling in the next couple of weeks. We got to get as many people into the cars as we can get. And some people need rides. Hags and Shasta and Jesus Christ and City Hunt and Carrie and Kitty Cat and Astro and Nitty Nat and Aviator. I will work on that. We'll work on that, Aviator. Thank you for asking. I don't have an answer, but we'll work on it. Laura Divine, you have a divine day. Savage, you have a good day. Astro and Coop and Terry Newman. Terry Tear. I can't wait to see Ginger too. Sandy Mandy, there you are. MVP and Penny Pack and Carlotta. Oh, silly gal peace, dude. Rasta, fellow Dudeist Rasta Doc. Shasta, have a great morning. True Danube. A little late, overjoyed, peace out, mushroom, tea, communion, and wine. MVP, ginger gnome, can't wait. EMT, an exception. We can, you know what? We can do that. We can do that. Especially if there's a fire pit there. Laddie, Randy, Leonard Oaks, Jesus Christ, Greenie, Table, Naya, U2, EMT, Astro, Sherry Buckman. Tomorrow, we'll talk about that marriage. Jesus Christ and King Kennedy and Ladran and Leonard Oaks and Astro and Whiskey. Let's wrestle. I love you, Sid and Mushmouth and MVP and Aviator Dave. Overjoyed. Big boy. Big boy, you are a big boy. I saw you yesterday. Jeffrey Hodgson, Trey Lanford, Astro, big boy. Tad is with you, big boy. DB's, Whiskey, True Heart, Snuffleupagus, big boy, Benny Ben, Liquid, the Slicky Kitty Kit, Chris, you're brilliant, Trey, Coop, Sherry. I said yes. We'll talk about that marriage, right? And I got you. Pops, peace, love each other. Would you guys please go have a kind day? It's super easy to do. International Kindness Association members know all about it. Goodbye, weirdos.